Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Hey there, crypto friends, how are we doing out there? We are live. It is Tuesday, April 6th, and crypto is on fire. As you see, I put in the chat over there, Coinbase has added 13 million users since the end of 2020. So that kind of explains why we finally hit the 2 trillion total crypto market cap today. So that's a very, very massive milestone for the crypto space. So let's have a look at the charts. We're looking here at BTC, USD, Bitcoin, holding steady there and looking down to support at the $57,300 and resistance up there to $58,335. RSI dead center, and looks like we're about to get that 12 cross over the 26, so we are scouting some upside potential here. We just need to get some volume in there and send this bad boy to the moon. Excuse me. Let's move on into Ethereum, ETH USD. Ethereum, as you can see on the chart, we're right up there, just nibbling away at that all-time high. So resistance still, as we had this morning, a 2132.72, and support at the 2088.01. We are riding the top of that 12-day moving average indicated on this chart by the red line. You see the blue line is the 26, and the thick yellow line down here is the 100-day moving average. For those of you that may be new to the channel, so we do trail this with a stop. We still have some riding in this trade, so I'm going to keep that just below. We can actually move that up just a little bit, just below that 26-day moving average should we need to come down and retest beneath there. So let's move on to Binance Coin, BNB USD, sailing away all by itself at resistance. We got that off the 1 hour, so resistance there for Binance Coin, BNB USD, 409.1348. Looking down at support at 371.63, so a pretty good range there if you're a day trader. There could be some left in that for you. So basically, we're looking down at support once we get below that 371. Watch this 12-day moving average, just trending upwards. And we are overbought, so keep that in mind as we may need to come back down and retest support to get the RSI, the relative strength index, to get below the overbought indicator. So moving on to ADA, Cardano. Cardano had a go at it, and we'll switch over to the 1 hour so you can see it a little bit more clearly there. So we got all the way up to the 1.34. Not near the all-time high, but big solid candle there at about, what was that, 0700. That's UTC -5, so 7 this morning Central Time, just after we broadcast. Morning show. So looking down at support at the 1.2349, resistance setting up there at the 1.25. So we're caught in between these two moving averages here on the 1 hour time frame, the 12 and the 26. So keep an eye on that, folks, if you're scouting ADA. Moving on to DOT, PolkaDot. Trying to get below the support I had previously marked just a few minutes ago before I went live. So looking down at support at the 43.02, right on top of that now. So maybe we'll massage that for you just in case, because it looks like we're showing some weakness here. Pardon me as I try to get, there we go. We'll be looking down now at the 42.67 should we need to come down. We are underneath this 100-day moving average and the 12-day, both pushing down So we have resistance up at the 43.6743, which is basically right there at the apex of that 100-day moving average. Let's have a look at I'm not so Litecoin anymore. LTC USD. I did mark a double top up here for you, so a lot of technical traders will go short when they see that. Pretty much what they're really looking for is these, not just the wicks of the candles, but the bodies of the candles to indicate a good solid double top. But just wanted to show you that, to keep that in your minds. We're going to stay here on the 1 hour. Looking down at support at the 232.97, resistance up there at the 239.80. You see we tried to push underneath that 12-day moving average, and we're holding on. So we did have some indecision. That's the indecision doji candle, that previous candle there, or spinning top doji. If you're a candle studier. Let's move on to LINK, Chainlink, USD. Chainlink sitting up here doing some healthy consolidation up above this 12-day moving average, which that's what we like to do if you are a bullish bias person. So looking for support at the 33.61506. Resistance up there at the 35.709. I'm going to stay on the 1 hour time frame because a lot of these names are at or near all-time highs. So we're going to dial in a little bit to kind of refine this. We're typically on this channel, we're giving buy and sell signals for swing trades. So we're going to zoom in just a little bit to keep things tighter as we try to work our way into new highs and new territory for some of these names. So let's move on to XLM USD, Stellar. Stellar had a good run all the way up there. That was, do we have there? There's the all-time high. You can see it at the top of the page. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Way up there at the 0.608. So we're doing some good consolidation at the moment, trying to stay just above that 12-day moving average, which is kind of trending downward. So watch that. Volume is starting to dry up a little bit for Stellar. And look for support to hold at the 0.515490. If you're still in this one, you've got some good chunk of coins riding on this thing. Trail that bad boy with a stop. And if you want, keep that stop just underneath that 26-day moving average, as they are about the 12 and the 26 are about to cross here on the 1 hour. Moving on to VET, USD, Vechain. Vechain having to go, so got a little bit of time in the spotlight here. So we do have support there at the 1.108, I should say, 23. Resistance all the way up at the 0.1132. All-time highs in sight. So stair-stepping our way, riding this 12-day moving average. You see, that's why we use this so very clearly, can run as support and resistance, as well as a 26 should that fail. Very clear here on the charts for you. VET USD. Moving on to VTHO USD. Vethor. Trying to hold this 100-day moving average, so support down at the 0.0158. Resistance, we can bring that down now. Going to need to get through 0.0163, which is underneath that 12-day moving average. So starting to tighten up here. So keep an eye on that. Volume is slightly increasing as we move on to FIL USD. Filecoin. Filecoin support, new level from this morning. I missed this one a while ago when I was charting this. 164.0569 support. As you see, we did get the bounce off this oversold. So trying to get above that 12-day. We have the 2600-day, so we are inverted. So particularly downside configuration. Trying to overcome that. And we can move our resistance level right there at that previous high as it met that 12-day moving average, 169.913. I'm going to say that over and over. Hopefully you get the idea as I brainwash you for the rest of the evening. Moving on to IOTA, Internet of Things. IOTA, USD, IOTA. Support sitting there at the 1.7769. First line of resistance at the 1.8136. So climbing our way, we came all the way up, pawed our way through the buy target, made it past the evaluation, almost got to the sales target. So 12/26 day in good shape, RSI still in good shape. So looking for us to hit that target as we need to get through that resistance level as indicated. Moving on to comp, COMP, a USD. Comp, if we switch over to the 4-hour, you'll kind of see a little bit better picture here. There we go. We're going to do that for you. Inside bar. So that means when this candle that we're on now is consumed by the previous, or yeah, vice versa of the previous candle there. So basically going sideways as buyers and sellers try to work things out. So we're sitting there at the 475.26 support, resistance 493.49. So we are in the buy target for this particular name. And what you're looking for is we're trying to set we have our higher low, and we need that then we'll need the next candle to break above that, and then we're off to the races. So if you jump in this one, trail that bad boy with a stop loss. Can't say that enough. Moving on to basic, I need all the attention I can get coin. So BATUSD still running up. I charted this about 10 minutes before I went live, and then already we made it through resistance. So that looks very promising as we make our way into the sales target. So let's see if we could find where our next level of resistance is going to be. It's going to be very close to, yeah, right up there. Dang near at the all-time high. So got some wiggle room to run here, folks, for BATUSD. We are getting right at the overbought on the RSI, so keep that in mind that we're looking at the 4-hour time frame. And I imagine if we go into the 1-hour time frame, we are already overbought. As so, and then if you go to the daily, just there as well. So good volume. 12/26 day, all in good shape. So things are looking very promising for BATUSD. In fact, I'm probably going to go ahead and take my profits here. I'll sell 90%, let 10 ride for BATUSD. Moving on to Ethereum Classic's having a good day, so it's seeing some time in the spotlight as well. So made our way all the way up through 18.682. So we're trying to get up to the 19. You see up there, the 19.220 is the all-time high for Ethereum Classic. I did mark these. This particular support level is on the 1 hour at the 17.622. And resistance at the 18.435. Yes. Those are on the 1 hour time frames. And we are on at the RSI down here, you can see that we are overbought. So keep that in mind as we are seeing some resistance. So we may need to pull back a little bit, let that RSI calm itself down. Hopefully here, we're going to be live here in a second here. We are back. We are 0 for 3 on Crypto Happy Hour here at nighttime. I just got to laugh at this. This is so funny. All the technology I have here, it poops its pants at the same time every night. So that's hilarious. Anyway, Thanks for sticking it out with me, folks. I really do appreciate it. Let's move on to the chore at hand. MANA USDC. Looking down at support at the 0.940355, resistance up there at the 0.9638. Moving on to ZIL USD. You see I'm trailing this bad boy with a very tight stop here as we got up into the sales target, and I did not exit as I supposed to have, but I'm gonna just minding the store here and watching this thing. So we are looking at support at the 0.2033. Sorry, it's right on top of each other, hard to see, and then the resistance up at the 0.20777. We do have that all-time high up there in sight. Sorry, I seem distracted. I'm trying to push buttons and do things here at the same time. So very difficult to multitask for me. Moving on to NUUSD. Look at that support at the 0.596409999. Resistance going to be right there on that 26-day moving average, as it may seem, 0.61220947. So watch that 26 as you climb up through the 12, and off you go for NUUSD. We're going to move on to NMR USD. NMR, support at the 0.66967, resistance at the 70.48577. Pretty much sideways action here for NMR. And I will point out that it's very, very light volume. Keep that in mind, folks. Only 104,000 shares traded for NMR, or coins, I should say. Let's move on to GRT USD. Graph token. We'll switch over to the 1 hour, make sure we got that dialed in for you. There we go. We have this indecision spinning top, and we have support at the 1.7516, resistance all the way up there on that 100-day moving average at the 1.800 for GRT USD. Moving on to UNI USD, Uniswap. Uniswap getting through that 26 and the 12, so we're climbing through it, making our way up to that resistance level I have marked for on this previous high here at 31.41255, and support down there to 30.9154. For Uniswap, let's move on to AAVE USD. We'll switch back to the 4 hour. AAVE showing some weakness here, folks, so keep an eye on this thing. Support down there holding at the 379.5295, resistance up at the 395.27. I did leave this stop. I wanted to show you that I did trigger out of this one, so I'm completely out of this trade for AAVE USD. Moving on to NKR USD marker. We have support at the, I think I got that off the 1 hour. Just double check real quickly. Yeah, glad I did that. So support on MKR USD 2250.905, resistance up here at the 2290.1357. And we are inverted. You have the 100-day, the 26 and 12-day moving averages. Keep that in mind as we move on to audio. Audio continuing to show signs of weakness as we kind of just can't get above that 12-day moving average. So we're in a downward pattern. So watch for that, folks, as we'll mark support for you right there. Next level support, look for the 2.4296 to hold. If that does not hold, look down here at the 2.3975. Resistance when we get the bounce is going to be up there at the 2.55477. For audio, we'll move on to CHZ USD. Got a bounce in play, bounce off that support at the 0.43351470, and we are climbing up through resistance. So we're going to first encounter 0.4504 as we try to get above that 26-day moving average. Good volume on this previous candle, so keeping a close eye on CHZ USD. Let's look at Theta. THETA USD. Lots of wicks in this thing. I mentioned maybe this morning or last night when I did have audio that looks like the algos are on this, or the trading bots are trading, bouncing back and forth on the buy and sell. Gonna happen, but not a big deal. We did get the 12 cross over the 26, so now we're looking for that 12 to trend up, cross over the 100, 26 to follow. That would give us some upside configuration for continuation. Meanwhile, resistance at the 11.76, support down to 11.492 for Theta. Let's look at ENJB USD. The little engine that could. Still struggling just a little bit here, folks. So we're looking down at the 2.323 and resistance. We have these two little wicks there, very light traded candles at 2.357. As I mentioned, very light volume, so that's okay. Let's look at Harmony 1 ONE USD. We have a bounce in play for Harmony 1. So we did get a bounce off that support down to 0.1378. Got through that 12-day and trying to climb all the way through. So we'll go at the next level of resistance. We're here on the 1 hour, right at the bodies and the tops of those candles at the 0.1476. STORJ USD Storj. Found a new support level there at the 2.50 round psychological. That's good. We don't want to lose that 2.50. So the bulls are trying to protect that. And then we do have resistance. 2 wicks right there next to each other at 2.6173. For storage, competitor to fill, FIL. So let's look at Bitcoin dominance, BTC.D. Still showing it's trailing off as it is altcoin season. You can see a lot of the altcoins hitting all-time highs, cycling through. Moving on to total crypto market cap. We did reach that. Thought today I saw somewhere we got the 2 trillion. So maybe that was unofficial. But we're right there knocking on that $2 trillion total crypto market cap magic number, which is a significant amount of change. I think they said that the total crypto market cap is, I forget what it was. It's like all the banks together. No, it wasn't all the banks together, but most of the banks except JP Morgan. So how much money they manage. So check me on that. We'll take a quick poke back over here at BTC USD. I'm anticipating a breakout here as we start to get resolution with all these moving averages. And just going to poke back in here for you. Folks, if you're out there, say hi in the chat. Don't be too shy to say hi. If you could, just go ahead and hit the like button. It's free 99. I'll give it a few more seconds if you want me to chart a coin for you. I'm happy to do so. Got a few more extra minutes here before I go. I'm very, very excited to still have connection tonight. I've had 2 or 3 nights in a row here with different varying technical issues. So I guess that's part of it. Okay, don't see anything. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. And I will see you in the morning at 6:45 a.m. That is UTC -5 or Central Daylight Savings Time. Have a great one. See you then.